That's a live spill. We are live with
new SKU.
With new SKU because we have new SKUs with a Z at the end, plural with a Z. What are we doing today?
We're going back to the foundation. We're going to the ground floor. We're going to the OGs of pedals, if you will. We're going to the fundamentals.
We're going to the fundamentals. That's how you win championships, is fundamentals.
That's what I've heard.
So the
Remember
fundamental,
the Titans.
the fundamental series is a series of instrument pedals that are designed to bring a lot of versatility but high quality audio, more at the beginning of a musician's journey, but also
could be at the end,
sustainable,
though, as well.
a very sustainable effect to stay for the long haul on someone's pedal board.
Yeah.
So with these specific pedals, we've leveraged Walrus Audio's component and supply chain that we've incorporated in the Core line and the Mako series, and brought in the fundamentals, and we are shipping them out and making them here in Oklahoma City.
New enclosure
Oklahoma
size.
73116. That's the zip code.
Okay.
73116.
New enclosure size. Smaller footprint, but same height as our Core line series, our 125B series, so that when they're on your pedal board, they're not going to be buried next to other Walrus pedals or other brands of pedals.
Yeah, I don't like it when I have like little flat.
You have to dig in there with your
pedals.
toe and get the button and whatever.
Unless I'm wearing pointed boots, it's fine. But I'm a square toe guy, but not
You're
today.
I am
wearing pointed boots today.
You'd have no problem.
Suburban Dad Tacova boots. Shout out to Tacova. Go to line, use coupon code Colt Westbrook, save 50%.
Save literally no percent, 0% savings.
Yeah, I'll send you a big middle finger.
We have brought sliders into the mix. It's just a fun, different way to interact with the controls on the pedal. All of these guys feature 3 different flavors of the effect that it is, with a slide switch.
It reminded me of what's the video? The guy that does the nature walks. He's like, you can tell it's an aspen tree because of the way that it is.
Because the way that it is.
Sounded like. That's what happens when you don't script it.
What else?
You said everything you just said are my favorite things to do too.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's.
Well, that was quick.
Nacho Libre. My son loves that movie. So we're going to take a little bit of a journey through these today. So we've got 2 of the engineers, aside from Jason, here at Walrus Audio. They're going to walk us through the sounds that you can find in each of these effects. We are going to do, we want you to hear these in a live band setting. So I got my friend and fellow Oklahomie, Isaac Hansen, playing guitar on the pedal play today. And then after that, we're going to hear from some of our artists that have had these on their boards and in their studios already. And we're going to hear what they have to say about them. And intersprinkled, which is a word, intersprinkled in the show is going to be a giveaway where you're going to be able to choose if you win the giveaway.
3 giveaways.
There's 3 giveaways, and you get to pick one
pedals
of these to take home, your choice. So
if we hit 300 viewers, what happens?
My hand would hurt.
Well, what else would happen? We're going to give away an entire pedal board of all the fundamental pedals if we hit 300 viewers. So tell your friends.
Great. I didn't see that in the
on.
run of show, but that sounds like an awesome idea. I'm totally down.
I just made it up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We're going to do it, though.
Yeah. I know somebody that has one. It's had one for a week and a half. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the pedal play, and we're going to hear what they sound like in a full band setting. Roll tape.
Let's go. Here's the fray.
That's fun. Isn't that fun?
Bop.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, so that
was so good.
Now, if you didn't know, that's Isaac Hansen
Of Hansen.
on stage left. Is it if you're on stage?
It's if you're on stage. So he was
stage
left.
left.
Yeah, he was
Stage
stage left.
left. Chavez Solis in the middle.
We all know Chavez.
Kyle
And love
Bennett
Chavez.
on bass on stage right, and Wesley Belk on stage back on the drums.
Stage back.
Stage center back.
Upstage. I think is what we say.
Center
But hey,
back.
who else?
That was my position.
Who else was in the video though?
That was my position in
Huge
football. Center back.
Huge shout out to School of Rock. Right?
Yeah, School of Rock is a music education program all across the country, but we worked with the Central Oklahoma Division to provide
Chapter.
some sick musicians that came in and
So fun.
and stood in as
They crushed it.
not necessarily the child versions of the players, but just the spots they were standing in. That's how the editing worked out.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
Man, that's great. Hanson's so good, by the way. They're still making great records.
For sure. No cap. No cap.
Red, green, and blue. Red, blue, green. Red, green, blue. It's a new one.
What?
Anyway, go look it up. It's really great. Shout out to my buddy Isaac. Before you see these pedals, before they're for sale, they go through a long process where they're mailed out to people who play guitar a lot better than us. Because we can only go so far, but you can only play so many Colony House riffs. So we ship some pedals out to some other people that could give it a workout in a way that we can't. And here's what they thought about those pedals. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Also these pedals.
Hey guys, Mike Avename, session drummer and music director in LA.
Hey, I'm Tyler Burkham, and I play guitar in a band called Need to Breathe.
I am a producer engineer, and I play in the band Great Grandpa.
Hey, I'm Dave Dunzer. I play in the band Renaissance, and we're here at Sweetwater, and we're checking out the Fundamental Distortion from Walrus Audio, and this pedal certifiably chugs.
Just wanted to give a quick shout out to my guys at Walrus Audio for making these incredible new fundamental pedals.
That are just like the building blocks of your first pedal board or somebody else that actually tours.
You can jump into the Walrus vibe for way less of a cost.
I got to try out the Drive here and the Reverb. The Drive I felt like was a really cool front of the pedal chain workhorse.
It's kind of limitless what you can do with these pedals.
The three faders, the way they're put together.
The smooth, the crunch, and the bright, these little toggle settings. The crunch, a little less transparent, a little more gainy. I felt like it was a really cool rhythm guitar, kind of tube screamer vibe.
I could make cool sounds out of all of them, but I really did love the Tremolo because it's got the volume, gets louder. You can get the speed so fast. Because it goes so fast, you kind of get some sounds that you don't normally get on a normal Tremolo pedal, so it's very fun like that.
The Reverb I was like psyched about. We've got 3 different switches here, Hall, Spring, and Plate. The Hall really felt like I had put my amp at the other end of a massive church. Just made some really interesting sounds. Like I just was inspired and having fun playing with this thing. Really something that like made me want to start a post-rock band. There are also really good representations of what you might want on a pedal board. Definitely recommend them. Thank you guys so much over at Walrus. Enjoy.
I highly recommend checking these out. These are incredible pedals. Walrus Audio Fundamentals. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's what some of those artists thought. We love that we get to do that. We love that we get to send these out to different people and hear how they're inspired by them, what they think about them. And now we're back with the R&D crew here that's been doing a ton of work on these over the past 8 years. And not 8 years. How many years?
I'd say about 70.
50 years. Got it.
75.
75 years. Hey, this is Daniel.
Yo.
Daniel, say hi.
Hey, Daniel. Hi.
All right. This is Eric. Say hi.
Hey, Daniel. Hi.
I get it, because that's Eric, not Daniel.
Man, that was really funny.
Again, just some incredibly talented engineers that have spent a lot of time up close and personal with all of these. Daniel handled primarily the more analog side of things, with the fuzz, the drive, distortion, and tremolo. And then Eric spent a ton of time on the modulation pedals and the wet effects, the delay and verb. So thought it'd be great to bring him up here. We're going to get into some Q&A, and we're going to do some giveaways. We're going to listen to some pedals. Just stoked to have him up here. So why don't we listen real quick to a couple things. What do you think, Eric?
Start off with the drive, maybe a little chorus.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's jump into our first giveaway, and then we're going to dive into some questions. We'll get into the weeds, into the details. So remember how the rules work. We're going off the first answer that we see in the comments for some trivia questions here. So the first question, what continent would you have to travel to if you wanted to see a hippo in the wild? Do you guys know?
No.
Don't say it.
No.
Oh, don't say it.
That's the first question. So leave your answer in the comments. The first one we see, we're going to call out. You guys want to jump into some questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. First question. Can you show us how clean the fuzz can get? Okay. Yeah, so let's turn everything off. Let's just jump over to the fuzz. And then, yeah, let's back the gain. What mode are you in there? Classic. So this is classic with the gain all the way down. Maybe if you roll your volume back just a tad. Yeah. So not too clean, but definitely not too saturated. You can get much more saturated if you crank the gain up there. It is a fun one. And the fuzz is so versatile because of the 3 modes, right? So we've got gate, classic, and then mid plus, right? So that's like a mid bump that we throw in there. While we're on the fuzz, real quick, let's just listen to the gate. So like maybe bump the gain back up to around noon. And then if we kick it on, so it's on right now, right? But it's gated, so it's going to keep that noise floor super low, but you're going to get that real Velcro-y gated sound. Just like that. Just like that. Another question. Why no compressor in the launch? Why no compressor in the launch?
Why not next?
Yeah.
Whoop. Oh, shoot. Ooh. Just, okay, cat's right out of the bag. That's why. What is the power draw? What is the power draw on these guys?
It's 100 on all of them.
Yeah.
9 volt
milliamps.
9 volt, 100 milliamps. So any standard power supply is going to have no trouble with any of the fundamental pedals. You're just going to be able to plug it in and go, not worry about it. So let's see what else. We got a bunch more here. Why sliders instead of knobs?
That's a good one.
Daniel?
Yeah, they're just more fun to me. I like you. It's just a fun interaction. You could slide all the way to left, all the way to right. It's a fun mechanical kind of stuff. And we even got our own custom little slider.
Yep.
There.
The slider caps have the Walrus logo embedded into the front. And just like you said, it's just a different way to interact. It's also a very different way to like visualize your settings, right? So when you're standing over your pedal board and you're looking down, you can kind of quickly see, once you get used to looking at these, very quickly where the knobs are positioned, where the sliders are positioned. You can just quickly tell like where you're set, right? Yeah. Knobs are not always as fast to like look at every knob, but you can clearly see every time these three and then their relative position.
One more cool thing about the sliders is that they have a center detent, so they all snap to the middle.
Say less.
Middle. So,
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man.
It just adds another level of usability, and we were able to design around that and moving up and down off that center point.
They're teaching Dad all these terms off camera, and I'm
Center
trying to
point.
like work them all in. You know.
Detent.
So yeah, center detent is really helpful. Is that what you just said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. I'm listening. I promise. Okay. Here's another great question. Will the chorus do vibrato?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes, it will, because we're just huge fans of a mix knob on chorus, right? You know it from the Julia, from the Juliana. It's called the DCV knob. Very similarly on the fundamental chorus, you've got a mix slider. So if you want a traditional chorus sound, you put that slider right in the middle. And center detent, you'll know right where that's at. You can just scroll right to it. If you want more of a vibrato sound, you start to move further and further to the right, which goes to a full wet mix, which is just going to be classic vibrato. So you'll be able to do that, and then everywhere in between, just like on the Julia and Juliana. So very versatile in that way. But again, if you want traditional chorus, just put the mix knob right in the middle, and then dial in rate and depth how you would on any other chorus pedal. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Should do another.
Take a listen to the vibrato.
Yeah, let's do that. Well, so first, so turn on the chorus, but let's do mix in the middle. So we'll listen to just traditional chorus. And then what mode are we on, Ezra? Light.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear that real watery effect, and then if we go mix all the way to the right, it starts to be more of just sort of that vinyl-y tape detune situation that you know from classic vibrato sounds. You can slow that down. Maybe speed it up just a tad bit. And then if you like arpeggiate through a chord, starts to kind of approach that lo-fi vibe. Maybe kick the reverb on with it. Already. Killer sounds.
I'm dreaming.
Yeah.
Going to sleep.
Keep it coming. No cap. Yeah, I got it. Okay, let's do another giveaway. Did we get a winner for that first one? It's in there. I don't see it. Steven Slogger. Slogger? Slogger?
Slow.
I like Slogger. Slogar. Slogger. He's the winner.
Yeah.
It's Steven. Great job. What's the answer? It's Africa. Africa is the only continent you can go to find a hippo in the wild. You can go to the Oklahoma City Zoo. Not a continent, but you can see one there. Where?
It's not wild. It's not wild.
Yeah, they're house trained there. Let's see. Okay, let's do another giveaway. So again, the rules: first answer that we see in the comments is the winner. Here's the question: a dray is the tree nest made by which nut-loving critter? Say less. A dray.
How do you spell that?
Drey is the tree nest made by which nut-loving critter? Can't say it anymore without laughing. It's over. Okay, we'll jump back in. So put your answer in the comments. We'll jump back into some more questions and some more sounds. Great question here. Soft touch switching? ? So we have incorporated. That's one of the things we're all really proud of. On all the analog pedals, the bypassing is done with relays and soft touch switches. They're all soft touch switches, by the way. But on the analog pedals, we used relays for bypassing. So incredibly long lifespan, no switches to break, no switches to go out, very minimal bypass pop on and off because of some other things that we've done inside and in combination with the relay and the soft touch switch. So at this price point, I think a really, really great feature to note is that it is soft touch switching. It is relay true bypass on the analog side. And then on the wet side, on the mod pedals and on the delay and verb, it's the same high quality buffered bypass with soft touch switch that you'd find on slow and just all the other wet pedals that we do here at Walrus. So super stoked on that. Which pedals, if any, have trails mode, and what is that exactly? Good question. Tell us.
The reverb and the delay both have trails mode.
And what exactly is trails mode?
What that lets you do is when you bypass the pedal, your wet effect trail still rings out as your incoming signal is just fully clean. So it'll last for the decay that's set on the pedal already.
Yeah. So Ezra, can you set us up with a really long verb here? Maybe mix in the middle. And then we'll kind of play for a second, and then Ezra will turn the pedal off, and just pay attention. The reverb trail will remain while Eric continues to play. So pedals off, verb rings out, and you get to continue to play over it. So you don't have a hard stop on the reverb tail or the delay. Same thing for the delay. So another really handy feature that keeps you from having these like discontinuities, right, when you're turning pedals on and off, specifically off. So,
and if you wanted it to turn off, you can set whether trails are on or off.
Yep. So if you want that hard stop, there is a time and a place for that. You can do that on the fundamentals. Check the manual. Let's see what else. Are there any internal trim pots to mess with?
No.
No.
There's not. So don't worry about it.
No need to open them up.
Yeah.
Good question. Let's see. Any concerns of dirt and grime buildup on the sliders?
We've tested these pretty thoroughly and extensively, and throughout all the artists and stuff we haven't had any issue with any grime or dust in there. And if you do experience anything, we have great customer service, and also there's nothing a little contact cleaner can't solve.
That's right. That's right. What happens if you spill beer? Like, what if I spill like a beer or like a water on them?
I think you'd ruin anything if it's powered on.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Sliders are not. Just don't spill your drink on it.
drinks.
Like, and then you're good. So like, don't worry about that. Let's see.
Yeah, it'll also explode if you spill something on it.
Yeah.
Big explosion.
We built that in.
Yeah.
A lot of dev time.
It's a feature.
Okay, here's another question. So on the phaser, you've got 3 different modes. Again, all of them have 3 different modes. On the phaser, what are those modes? How many stages? What are we doing there?
Well, medium mode is kind of the center point for the phaser that we were going for modeling kind of like a warm, classic analog phaser. And then we kind of went to the extremes on the light and the heavy. So on the light, we're pulling the amount of taps way back, and on heavy, we're amplifying it quite a bit. So you get a wide range of modulation.
Well, you want to listen to that?
Yep.
So let's just start on light on the phaser. Phaser's great. We definitely extended the range so you can get super slow but also really fast. Phaser, I think, shines at really slow speeds. Maybe we turn on, let's kick on the distortion and just bring it. So again, that's on light mode. So let's turn the distortion off and let's go back and listen real quick to medium. Yeah, so definitely a more pronounced like vocal effect, and kind of what you would know from a lot of classic phaser sounds.
And a lot more interactive with the feedback and the depth controls because of the extra taps there.
Yeah, so we turn the feedback down. You kind of get rid of a lot of that resonant sound. It becomes a little more tame.
If you bump that back up.
Can you put it in the middle? How would you, if you're going to find the middle, how would you find the middle? Oh, right. Center detent. Never guess where the middle is. And then let's jump over to heavy. And what if we do something that's like super fast? Why not?
Lasers, brother. Lasers.
Laser guns. Okay, a couple more. Well, actually, let's do another giveaway. Let's do our third giveaway. Okay, ready? Here's the trivia question. First answer in the comments is the winner. Let's see. Wait, I did it again. Did we get a winner for the second question? Jeremy Baker, you are the winner. All the winners, email help@walrusaudio.com and let us know what fundamental pedal you would like for us to send you, and it will go out the door. Okay, third and final trivia question, third giveaway. Name the species of bird that has a tongue so long it wraps around the back of their skull when not in use, protecting their brain while they tap into trees.
Whoa.
Okay, one more time. Name the species of bird that has a tongue so long it wraps around the back of their skull when not in use, protecting their brain while they tap into trees. Do you guys know?
No.
It's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
That's definitely a feature.
Wish I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feature and a benefit. Protection. Okay. Put the answer in the comments. First answer that we see that's correct is the winner. Okay. We'll go through some more questions here. Which one of these was particularly challenging to design? That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think? Why don't we do one from the analog domain and one from the digital kind of side of things? So, yeah, you want to start?
I guess the ones that are most difficult are the ones that I guess people have the most feedback on. Everyone has their own kind of opinion on. And on the analog domain, I think that was a distortion because there's a lot of things people want from distortion, and there's a lot of things that people don't want from distortion.
Yeah.
And incorporating all that feedback to find a happy middle, especially on a low price point pedal that is for everyone and anyone that you could use in any situation, was a bit of a challenge, but I think we got there.
Yeah. What about on the digital side?
I would say on the digital side, probably the phaser and the chorus were the trickiest, just because we're so versed and comfortable on the analog side of making modulation pedals that carrying over what we sounded like the best product was definitely, took some time and some development and a lot of feedback. So I would say those two.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Okay, let's look at the tremolo. So we've got a question. Show us the random mode on the tremolo. So let's just walk through all the modes real quick. So on the trim, the three flavors here are three wave shapes. We've got sine, square, and random. So let's just start with sine and listen to just like a nice warm analog sounding round wave shape here.
Maybe slow it down a little to hear that smooth.
Yeah. And then if we go to the next one, it'll be square, so definitely gets more choppy.
Yeah. If you put the depth more up on there.
Yeah,
you could
crank the
definitely
depth
hear
up.
That on
And
off.
speed it up a little bit maybe. Yeah. Definitely get that stuttery sound. Really fun for pump. Let's see. Click on the fuzz there with that. Square. Back to classic on the fuzz. Yeah. Okay, and then kick off the fuzz, and then let's go to random. So this is a sample and hold technique, so it's going to take just completely random LFO values every cycle and feed those into the modulation path. So you get totally unexpected, true random wave shape that doesn't ever repeat itself. When we speed it up a little bit, you'll hear a little more of that variation. And maybe you turn on turn on the reverb with that. What verb are you on, Ezra? Plate. A great way to add texture to parts of songs. Parts that you don't need, like that, like predictability or repeatability of sine or square. You can bring the random wave shape into the mix and really shake things up. Let's see what else here. Any specific amps that certain pedals work with, like better or worse? The best clean amps or something. Are they best with clean amps or something that like is a little broken up? I think that's totally up to you. I think that any of these will work well with a super clean amp or a really dirty amp or an amp on the edge of breakup. That's definitely more of a personal preference and just how you like to play and how you like your amp to interact with pedals and your playing style, like how dynamic of a player you are. So I don't think there's not like a better or worse scenario there. It's totally up to you. And I think we would just say explore all variations there for sure.
We certainly have here.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, okay. So are the analog pedals completely analog, or do they have any digital sort of parts in the circuit or in the pedal at all?
So the analog path itself is full analog, but there's digital components in there to handle all the bypassing, the relay bypassing, the LED stuff. There's a little controller in there to handle all that. But as far as the distortion stuff happening on the analog signal path, that's all analog.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So yeah, your signal isn't digitized in the analog pedals whatsoever, but there is some digital control elements that stay out of the way but give you all the benefit of like soft switch bypassing, relay bypassing. They drive the LEDs. There's also a really nice mute circuit involved in there to keep the switching really quiet, and that's handled with the digital control as well. So let's see. Oh, let's hear sample the fuzz with full wet reverb. Okay.
Nice.
So let's first dial in a fuzz sound. Yeah, and then kick on the reverb, and let's go to full wet. Maybe on Hall. Oh yeah. Yeah, kick on the tremolo. Are you on square? So with the reverb at full wet, you're not going to be able to really feel as much of the effect of the square wave because you're really kind of smearing that out over time. But yeah, huge sounds real quick just by kicking on a couple of these guys. So let's see what else. The winner of our third trivia question is Jacob Herrera. And the answer is the woodpecker, right? Crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, well, a few more questions here. Oh, okay, actually, let's jump into the delay real quick because there's definitely some unique features on the delay. If you look at it at face value, you've got time, tone, and repeats on the sliders, and then you have 3 different delay algorithms built in. That's the 3 different sort of flavors on the slide switch. You've got digital, analog, and reverse. But what you don't have is tap tempo or tap divisions at face value, right? So you might say, well, delay's cool without tap, but with tap it's a lot more useful. That's built in. So if you turn on the delay, let's just turn it on how it's set right now. Is that analog? Yes. Yeah. Let's turn the mix up a little bit. And then what's great is if you just quickly hold down the bypass switch, the LED will start blinking, and that's putting it in tap mode. So now you just tap anything you want, and while you're there, the 3-way slide switch selects quarter, dotted eighth, or eighth note tap divisions. So if we put it in like dotted eighth and tap something in, and then if you exit tap mode, you just hold it down again for just a second. The LED goes back solid, but it remembers your tap time and it remembers your tap division as well. And you can switch algorithms and it'll still remember those things. So now we're on digital. So you get that real bright clicky dotted eighth thing going. And one of the questions was sample the delay in overdrive. So let's kick on the overdrive with that. So you could do the same dotted eighth, like palm muted thing. Yeah. But again, you can always just reach up and grab the time slider and move that around, and it'll break out of whatever you had tapped in. Great. Let's see what else. Which ones are true bypass and which ones are buffered? Great question. So all of the analog pedals, so the whole bottom row, right? So distortion, drive, fuzz, and tremolo are true bypass, relay bypass, soft switch bypassing. And then the whole top row is buffered bypass. So the phaser, the chorus, delay, and verb are buffered bypass. Again, using the same high quality buffer that you'd find in like slope bus, slow, fathom, ARP87, lore, fable. Yeah. Just it goes on. So we really feel great about the buffered bypass kind of scheme that we've just been iterating on and tweaking over the years, and we brought that straight to the fundamental pedals. It was pretty straightforward. We knew that was going to be exactly what we wanted to do, and it turned out exactly like we wanted. So let's see. Andy Othling wants to hear the max delay time. Okay. So the delay pedal, it's going to go up to a second. So about 1,000 milliseconds of delay time at max. Yeah, this is great, actually, to kind of showcase the other algorithms. So let's leave it here, and let's go to analog. So that was digital. And then if we go to analog, what you're going to hear is a little bit of harmonic distortion brought into the mix, and then also some recursive filtering. So as the repeats kind of continue to echo, they get darker and darker over time. And if we go to reverse, you have this kind of like jumping back and forth between forward and reverse, how a lot of traditional reverse delays work. So you have a repeat goes through backwards, and then that's fed back through the feedback loop. It's reversed, and then that means it comes out forward again. So, and then that process repeats, that cycle repeats. So, and while we're here, if we just wanted to like speed it back up, so maybe go back to the middle. No, so stay on reverse. Why not? Find that middle detent. Going to be around 500 milliseconds. Okay, turn on the verb. Always turn on the verb, right? So you get some really cool textures out of the reverse delay into the verb there. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got going. I think we covered it. We had an on God spoken off camera. I guess that's another non-dad term. Yeah.
That's what the kids are saying these days.
The kids are saying it. Okay, that's awesome. Anything else, Tyler?
If you guys just want to do some mixes of like just different pedal groupings.
Yeah.
Combos.
Okay, yeah. Let's go back to like analog delay and verb and lighter on the mixes. And yeah, maybe like kick on the distortion for like a lead line kind of thing. If you want to kick off the delay and verb at the same time, we can listen to the trails ring out like we talked about. And bring them back in. Yeah. What else?
Screen reverb with light chorus is a request.
Okay.
Ooh,
Can do.
nice.
Hurry up, Ezra. Bring the mix up on the verb a little bit. Maybe brighten it up. With each one of the reverbs too, the reverb time is completely altered to match the algorithm. So the spring isn't going to be able to be as long like you traditionally find in spring verbs. Give us a string. Yeah, there you go. Mix down on the verb a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. What else? What's another combo?
All at once?
All
We've
at
done
once?
it a couple times.
I think we got to do it.
Okay.
Just careful with the gain.
Noon
That's
everything
a
out.
lot of gains stacked up.
We'll start with just the mods.
Okay. Good idea. Let's do sine wave and depth. There you go.
What's that tone? You buy all 8.
What did you say?
You buy all 8. You get this tone right here.
Oh man. So I mean, they do play well together, you know.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, or all 8. Your call. What else? Anything else? Any other questions? I think that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, listen, thanks for jumping on. Thanks for checking out these pedals for the first time. Or not the first time. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're just super stoked. These are out today. These are available at all of Walrus dealers worldwide and from our website as well. So jump on, check them out. There's pedal play videos for all of them. So you can go through and you can, tech demos. You can go through and listen to each individual one where we walk through all the settings, different slider positions and the 3 different flavors of each pedal. You can also go back and watch the pedal play with Isaac Hansen if you want as well. So thanks so much for joining, and we hope you will pick up a couple of these and dive in. Thanks.
Yeah.